Hi, this is Avery. It is March 2nd, 2020. I'm going to go over 3 scalps that I did today. So my first one was BIMI, and none of these trades are actually, they're all about 1/3 of my normal dollar risk, just because last week was really tough, I found, and I just wasn't really feeling it coming into this week. I knew there was going to be a lot of good opportunity today, but mentally my confidence was a little shot, so I just sized down. So BIMI pops up. It gets some nice volume coming in, kind of a liquid. I saw it when it was around here. We got some volume push, and then we got a dump. And then after, depending on when I first saw this pull back, after I saw like how it's $6 to 5.30, so about 70-cent pullback, which is pretty significant. So then I decided I wanted to look for a pop to short. Originally, just kind of I was looking to see how much volume was going to come in on the bounce. This one, we got one volume candle, but then once it gets up around 550, no volume comes in, as you can see. So I wanted to get in near there, and especially once we kind of topped out here and came back down, I tried to get filled, missed it. Then once we came back down to like 530, I was like, okay, now instead of risking off the highs, I'm going to risk off of this high was 557. I was going to give it like 560, 565, just depending on how fast the tape was moving. So put out short. At the time, the spread was a little wide. The spread, as I recall, was about 531 by 548. So I stepped in front of the best offer by 5 cents. After a couple seconds, it got filled. And originally my profit target was right about down here between 450 and 470 type of thing, 480. And I just piked the fuck out of this, to be honest. I saw it drop, and after like nothing going my way, like last week Monday, I had a really good trade. But other than that, there was like nothing that really went my way. So I just like bitched out of the trade completely. I was like, oh fuck, like you might be wrong with this. It'd really suck if you took a loss, which is the worst way to think, because after it just dumps on nice volume, there's zero reason for me to be covering that soon. Anyway, I got 41 cents out of it, which isn't bad. It's a good quick trade. It was literally like 3 minutes, so quicker than normal. And then it just ended up having a PR later. So thankfully I didn't get caught in that trying to fade it. Yeah, so not much to say about this. Just a solid entry, solid risk, bad execution as far as the covers go. Yeah, and then at the open, I was looking to short a pop anywhere from 580s to $6, risking over the highs because I felt that had quite a bit of fade potential. But then we just dumped, and I just forgot about it. Yeah, and then so second one that I'm going to talk about is ALT. This one was a bit annoying. So trade zero, so I saw it actually almost, I don't want to sound all hooroo here, but so if this was a day one play, I liked how early there was some pre-market action. We came down, and then it's quite a good distance to travel from 370s-ish to all the way back up to 430s. But it was pretty liquid. And I just decided I didn't even really want to chance it just because day two, I'm just trying to really stick to my niche this week, and day two plays aren't really my niche. So I just avoided it. Ended up being a nice fade. And then I was thinking possibly around here, I started looking at it for a red to green rejection. And then once we got this dump here, once we got this dump back down to 330s, and I saw the pop right before the open, if this had just stayed and supported around 350 and then popped, there's no way I'd be shorting it right here. But since we came down to 330s, then that's a decent distance to travel from 330s all the way up to 370s. The really annoying thing about this one was, so I put the order out. Normally with a lot of these plays, I kind of see them, they don't really respect red to green as much. Normally, I think a lot of the ones that I see kind of just pop through a little bit. So I saw this high here at 375. I just put a 1 cent before that, and I was kind of risking. Originally, my risk was about over this high, 395. So here's the kind of where the problem started. So when I put the order out, then it got accepted, And then when I don't know, just something about the tape, I felt like I could get a fill higher, so I tried to cancel it. Then trade zero froze and it said cancellation pending for about 2 minutes. And then went to my phone and I actually just put a range order in for a stop. And then I was just it was weird for my phone. The price said different, so I just thought that I could get out at like 362, like right before the open or something. Um, Not the case. It's and then I ended up I tried, and then Trade Zero kind of started working again, and then by that time and the same fucking thing happened. I hit cancel, and then it said cancellation pending, and then all of a sudden beep, and I'm filled. Originally, my plan was to take half off at 350, about 352, 353, and then leave the other half. I'm not going to say I would have got bottom. I was thinking around half 350, half 330s, 325 area. Definitely wouldn't have gotten anywhere close to 270s. Yeah, so that one, as far as the entry goes, I like these ones. I've been getting a bit more comfortable with them when they pop right before the open. They have kind of a tendency to drop a little bit. Last one, IBIO. This one I was pretty uncomfortable with the entire time. Reason being is, so I came up with a ruler a while ago because I was taking some losses because of it. So if I have a trade thesis or idea, and then I miss that thesis, or like I miss that the entry for that trade idea, and it works or something, I have a rule so I can't short at significantly lower levels. So basically, say if I want to short up here, miss the fill, that doesn't mean I'm like, hey, this is a bounce run, I'm going to short down here because I've screwed myself before. So when that alt thing was happening, right before the open, so we got a lot of overhead resistance. So, and then once we set this high, and VWAP at the time was right around 310. After we got this high and we pulled back and stuff. So my plan was to short rate either depending on when it would reach there. Originally, I was thinking rate around 920. I was thinking short a pop to 310, 315 area, risking off of about 325, 330. But then once we saw this dip here, then I wanted to short if we got a pop like right before the open, just like the alt trade. But with the whole platform freezing, I just got distracted and I missed it. So coming into that, I was like, okay, I almost didn't trade it. And then once we got this bounce back up, VWAP again was right around there at the time. VWAP was right there, perked through, failed. And it had decent volume, but it wasn't anything like significant. Especially compared to the first minute selling candle. Excuse me. So once we got that, and I told my tab Josh that I didn't really want to be attacking like not really front side, but like the front side of the bounces before it kind of gives any sign of struggle. So I was just waiting, and at first I was kind of watching this like 370, 375 area, and then we perked through. When we pulled all the way back down to 365, and I was like, okay, any pop over 280, I want to attack. And then I'll just watch the tape to try to refine my entry there. So pop back up, and I notice the tape kind of stalling at 283, short 282, get filled. This part I don't like. What is it? I had like a cover at like 266 for half, didn't get filled, and then I just completely bitched out and covered my first half of 10 cents. Again, this was kind of just my bad mindset from last week coming in, and just how last week nothing was really working for me, so I was just a bit more nervous with my trades today. So take half off there, and then originally I was gonna cover everything at 255. Or sorry, 250. I was thinking 255 level, but then I put my order at 256, and then I actually canceled my second half because I said, okay, like you just piked the hell out of the first half, so now I'm gonna be patient with the second. I was thinking maybe, well, not maybe. I was thinking try to hold for fade to red green, and like cover half another like quarter there, and then see how it reacts if it breaks down. And then this is the part that I really don't like in hindsight. So I was trading this off the 3 minute and had another lower high, and I was just looking. I said, okay, I don't really want this to make a higher high, even though the high that really mattered. So I was looking at this 275 high. So I adjusted my range order down, And again, this is just me being really risk averse and not wanting to give back profits, which is just stupid. Like the actual high that mattered here was that 288 high. So my original stop was 292. We could have moved it down to 290 on my last half. I really just didn't want to. This isn't the right way to trade. I was just being risk averse, so I moved my hard stop down to 275, or for it to make 1 cent higher, 276 to make it. If it would set a higher high, even though this high isn't really this is insignificant, it's the actual 290 high or 288 high. So get stopped out there, which is what I deserve because it was just a stupid thing. Over here, this is frustrating. So TradeZero wasn't even working for me again. I was looking at Google Chrome, or something on Google Chrome, and I hear a beep, and I look over at my portfolio window, and it says I'm long 100 shares. So I don't even know what happened there. And yeah, basically I lost because you have to pay $1 each way, basically. And then it says I made 16 cents or something. Anyway, yeah, so those are the trades. Overall, not happy with the covers on this one, obviously, in hindsight. And alt, I'm pretty salty about that one too, just with the platform going down. But as far as that goes, yeah, it is what it is. It was a 12-cent scalp. Not the end of the world. It's a good way to start the week, I guess. Ideally, it would have been nicer to get my actual price target on that one. Last one, didn't trade this one. BIOC actually located a bunch of shares and missed my fill. Sucks in hindsight, and the only reason why I just want to put this in here to remind myself. So originally, came into this week really wanted to be picky about shorting near the top of the range because that's where I always do best, and I always lose when I am trying to like pick tops of bounces and stuff when it's not near the top of the range anymore, like after it's had its big move down and then come back up. That's why I was uncomfortable in that IBIO trade. So right here, as you can see, we push up again, but then on lower volume, coming to the highs, and then a big volume candle selling it down. And then I was looking for this last little piece here, and this is where I was trying to short because I noticed no volume was really there. If you notice here, just the green volume candles are far, far smaller than these ones. Are about 90,000. This one's about 150,000. At the time, this one was only about 40, 30,000. So I tried shorting at 111, didn't get, or the bids were 112. Tried a 111 short and didn't get it. And then I tried like a 109 short a couple minutes later, didn't get that one. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm not chasing this. I've been screwed so many times for chasing this down and then just get stopped out for, then I just either have to size down or just, yeah, so it's just size down and my risk reward isn't anywhere near as good. My profit target originally was about 90 cents and then leave like a half like you usually do just to feel the trade out. So this one I'm actually kind of happy with. In like hindsight, I'm happy that I didn't chase. And then just going forward, like when I'm shorting like 110, when the bids were, when I first tried it was 111, or sorry, it was 110 by 112. I tried 111, didn't get filled, and then my risk was just right over the high. So like a really, really tight stop, like 5 cents, even 6 cents with slippage, like if I really got screwed. So in a case like that, I think like next time I should just be slamming the bid. Not even trying to get filled, especially with something like this where it's like at the top. So yeah, I should just be slamming the bid there for like a 1 cent worse average and fuck paying the fees. Obviously it sucks in hindsight, but yeah, so just in the future I'm just gonna pick 1 cent worse average instead of me worrying that much. Just making sure, like I'm happy though that I didn't try to short in the 105s or down here. I don't want to be results oriented about the offering. Anyway, yeah, that's it for today. Thanks.